Big news as one Royal Caribbean cruise ship has seen 50 COVID cases in just the last 30 days. We'll tell you what you need to know about Jewel of the Seas. And speaking of big news, it's a huge day for Carnival as they're set to christen their newest ship, the Mardi Gras, in a celebrity-fueled event out of Port Canaveral. We'll give you an inside look at the newest luxury expedition cruise ship to come out of China. Plus, Carnival Cruise Lines has announced 15 itinerary changes between now and February of 2023. All this coming up on Midships. Hey, welcome to the Midships YouTube channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. As we're getting started, I want to remind you to make sure you're subscribed to our channel because tomorrow I'm about to announce a cruise that I'm going on in just about 2 weeks. But I'd like to give you all a chance to guess at which ship this is, so I'm going to give you one hint and you can leave in the comments below what ship you think I'm sailing on. And the hint is, this ship is currently in her inaugural season. What do you think it could be? Comment below. I'm interested to hear what the Midships family thinks. Now, I woke up this morning and I started looking through cruise news and I thought to myself, boy, I'm going to have to be scrambling to make up a 10-minute episode today. But lo and behold, just a few hours later, we have more news than we're going to be able to fit into 10 minutes. So let's not waste any time. We're going to hop right into a story about Carnival Cruise Line changing itineraries between now and February of 2023. From cruisehive.com by Emrys Thacker. Carnival Line changes itineraries for 3 vessels. Carnival Cruise Line has made changes to 15 different itineraries across 3 ships on sailings as far out as 2023. An important communication was sent to impacted guests today on all the different adjustments starting from the middle of November of 2021. Even though the cruise industry is making a comeback, it's not entirely straightforward, including ongoing itinerary changes and port adjustments. The communication sent out impacts 3 Carnival ships, including 2 itineraries for Legend out of Baltimore, 2 itineraries for Horizon from Miami, and 11 itineraries for the Sunrise, also from Miami. Carnival Legend's November 14th, February 13th, and November 27th sailings will now be to Nassau, Princess Keys, and Freeport, all in the Bahamas. The ship's December 26th and January 22nd sailings are changed to Princess Keys, Nassau, and Freeport, again, all in the Bahamas. These are all departures from the Port of Baltimore for the Spirit class vessel. For Carnival Horizon cruises out of Miami, there are just 2 changes. The November 21st itinerary will no longer include a call to Bimini, and the ship will instead feature a visit to Nassau. The December 5th cruise will have a complete change by no longer calling at Jamaica, Grand Cayman, or Cozumel. Instead, the ship will change to a Bahamian itinerary to Bimini, Half Moon Cay, and Amber Cove. The impact for Carnival Sunrise will be across 11 different itineraries from November 20th of this year through November 19th of next year. The specific itineraries are too numerous to list in this particular video, but if you think you may be impacted, feel free to pause now and take a look at the list here that you see on your screen. Carnival is altering any booked shore excursions through the cruise line to an alternative day or a full refund if that port is no longer on your itinerary. The cruise line did not detail the reason for the changes, but there could be all kinds of reasons. With so many different deployment changes due to the suspension of operations, the cruise line may have contract commitments to include a certain number of calls in specific ports. Another reason could be due to the construction at Nassau in the Bahamas and a limited number of slots for cruise ships at certain times. Guests visiting the popular port have already experienced heavy construction work at the piers as the development of the new port is well underway. And they're not wrong about the construction currently going on in Nassau, Bahamas. There's all kinds of upsets and disruptions going on there right now. I've been to the port 2 times in the past month, and both times we were delayed getting off of our ship. Most recently on my Carnival Elation cruise, we were almost 2 hours late getting off the vessel for an unknown reason going on at the port. Now, there's a new ocean expedition cruise ship that was built in China that quite frankly is one of the coolest things I've ever seen on the water. And I just couldn't resist showing you a little bit of the Ocean Victory Expedition cruise vessel. From cruiseindustrynews.com. Inside the Ocean Victory Expedition cruise ship. The Ocean Victory was successfully delivered from a Chinese shipyard on October 12th. The 160-passenger ship is one of 7 cruise vessels being constructed for Sunstone Ships. Ocean Victory will be operated by Victory Cruise Lines for the summer season and Albatross Expeditions for her winter season. Each charter will have the ship for approximately 180 calendar days per year. The lead designer for the ship's interiors, Thomas Tilburg from CMI Leisure, will be running the hotel operations, while CMI Marine is doing the marine-based operations for the vessel. After the sea trial of Ocean Victory, Albatross Expeditions announced record low emissions per passenger. According to the owner and founder of the cruise line's partner company, Albatross Travel Group, the ship uses 60% less energy than other vessels. The ship's first sailing will depart on November 26. It's a 14-night solar eclipse South Georgia and Antarctica cruise that, according to Albatross, is already sold out. And just take a look at some of the photos coming out from this vessel. It's absolutely one of the most fantastic small ships I've ever seen. So Carnival Cruise Lines is having a big Mardi Gras party today out in Port Canaveral, and I want to read you an article about the naming ceremony that just happened for their newest vessel, the Carnival Mardi Gras. From cruisehive.com by Robert McGilvery. Carnival Cruise Line's Mardi Gras is named at the Port Canaveral. Port Canaveral was the welcoming host of the Mardi Gras naming ceremony today. In a ceremony attended by several high-ranking Carnival Corporation figureheads, as well as some celebrities, Mardi Gras was officially christened by Miss Universe from the Dominican Republic, Kimberly Jimenez. It has been a momentous day for a ship that so many people have so eagerly awaited. Mardi Gras was initially scheduled to sail on August 31st of last year. The pandemic, as well as delays in the shipyard, meant that she only sailed this year, starting on July 31st, from the same home port where she was christened today. While the christening of a ship is often one big event for a cruise line, one cannot blame Carnival for taking a more subdued approach today. Then again, it wouldn't be Carnival if it wasn't fun. With Carnival's Chief Fun Officer, Shaquille O'Neal, in attendance, and joined by Carnival CEO Arnold Donald and Carnival President Christine Duffy, guests were welcomed into Mardi Gras' purpose-built home port in Terminal 3, earlier today. Who else would host an event like this except for brand ambassador John Heald and cruise director Mike Pack? Carnival wanted to have a more elaborate ceremony for its biggest ship ever. However, the pandemic played havoc with the vessel's schedule, forcing the cruise line to choose cruises over ceremonies earlier this year. On July 31st, Mardi Gras took her first paying passengers out from Port Canaveral. With the entire fleet grounded for more than 15 months over the last 2 years, Mardi Gras' delivery was a bright point at the end of a dark era. And I want to remind you that if you'd like to take a look at any of the articles that we reference in today's video, there are links in the description below. While you're down there, I'd also invite you to check out some of the Amazon affiliate links that we have in the description to get an idea of some of the really cool cruise swag that we've given away here on the channel. Okay, so the Mardi Gras has been officially christened, and I want to take just a few seconds to show you some video from inside her christening ceremony, courtesy of John Heald's Facebook page.
Wonderful. Are we ready? We're going to count to 3 in Spanish, and then the magic is going to happen. Christine, would you stand next to the captain there? And we are ready. Captain, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, uno, dos, tres, press the button. Watch the buckle. Is it going to break? This is live on the bow. Here it comes.
Wow, so congratulations to Carnival Cruise Line on their newest ship, the fantastic Carnival Mardi Gras. We can't wait to take you with us on board on our December 11th sailing aboard the vessel. Well, now that all the fun is behind us, we do have to switch to a much more serious story, and it's today's thumbnail story, and that is about yet another continued COVID outbreak on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. From Jim Walker's cruiselawnews.com in an article written by Jim Walker. 11 guests test positive on Jewel of the Seas for COVID, bringing the total to at least 50 in the last 30 days. This morning, Jewel of the Seas returned to the ship's home port in Limassol, Cyprus, after a one-week cruise around the Greek Isles. Yesterday, the ship conducted a routine test for the COVID virus of all of the 1,100 or so guests on board. according to a crew member on the ship who wishes to continue remaining anonymous. 11 passengers tested positive for the virus. In addition to the guests, 9 of the ship's dancers are currently under quarantine on board. And we'll take a look at a quick tweet from Jim Walker of Cruise Law News. 11 guests test positive on Jewel for COVID, bringing total to at least 50 in the past 30 days. You can click onto this article and read Jim Walker's tweets yourself down in the description below. In the past month, we have learned that there have been a total of around 50 positive cases of passengers on this very same cruise ship. More specifically on the cruise which departed from La Moselle on September 25th. It was reported by Cruise Law News that there was a total of 21 cases involving guests on that particular Royal Caribbean cruise. Again, on October 2nd, Cruise Law News reported that there were 12 guests who tested positive on the next cruise for Jewel of the Seas. The total does not include the number of crew members who also tested positive for the virus over the past month. Royal Caribbean is continuing to take aggressive steps to try and reduce the number of COVID cases involving its crew members and guests on this particular ship, after experiencing a much higher than normal number of positive virus cases over the past few weeks. And according to Royal Caribbean CEO Richard Fain, he was quoted as saying they typically see between 1 to 3 COVID cases per cruise, so 12 is definitely very, very high. The Jewel of the Seas will reposition in mid-November to South Florida, where it will be sailing on a Western Caribbean itinerary of cruises from 5 to 10 days long. The ship will sail from Miami until mid-May of next year, when it will reposition and sail from Amsterdam. The company obviously wishes to reduce the number of positive virus cases it has been experiencing on board before beginning her sailings out of the U.S. waters, where it will fall within the jurisdiction of the U.S. CDC. There have been a number of sailings from Royal Caribbean ships where at least a dozen or so passengers and crew have become infected with COVID-19. 10 days ago, it was reported that 15 crew members on the Allure of the Seas had tested positive. 2 days ago, a crew member aboard Royal Caribbean's Spectrum of the Seas tested positive for the virus after several tests. The ship was scheduled to depart from Hong Kong, but the local health department intervened and prohibited the ship from leaving the port because of one positive case on board. Several thousands of guests had to depart the ship and the cruise was canceled. So like I promised, we will continue to follow stories like this to help you make a better informed decision on your next cruise experience. If you made it this far into today's video, why haven't you subscribed to the Midships channel yet? I know you guys are coming back day after day for more and more cruise news. Why don't you take us for a quick test drive for just a week or so? If you don't love it, you can always unsubscribe. It won't hurt my feelings. I really appreciate you stopping by regardless. While you're at it, why don't you smash the like button if you absolutely love cruising. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships.